The Happy Man's Shirt, an Italian Tale, told by Italo Calvino, translated by George Martin. A king had an only son that he thought the world of, but this prince was always unhappy. He would spend days on end at his window staring into space. "What on earth do you lack?" asked the king. "What's wrong with you?" "I don't even know myself, father." "Are you in love? If there's a particular girl you fancy, tell me, and I'll arrange for you to marry her, no matter whether she's the daughter of the most powerful king on earth or the poorest peasant girl alive." "No, father, I'm not in love." The king issued a decree, and from every corner of the earth came the most learned philosophers, doctors, and professors. The king showed them the prince and asked for their advice. The wise men withdrew to think, then returned to the king. "Majesty, we have given the matter close thought, and we have studied the stars. Here's what you must do. Look for a happy man who's happy through and through, and exchange your son's shirt for his." The same day, the king sent ambassadors to all parts of the world in search of the happy man. A priest was taken to the king. "Are you happy?" asked the king. "Yes, indeed, Majesty." "Fine. How would you like to be my bishop?" "Oh, Majesty, if only it were so." "Away with you. Get out of my sight. I'm seeking a man who's happy just as he is, not one who's trying to better his lot." Thus the search resumed, and before long, the king was told about a neighboring king, who everybody said was a truly happy man. He had a wife as good as she was beautiful and a whole slew of children. He had conquered all his enemies, and his country was at peace. Again, hopeful, the king immediately sent ambassadors to him to ask for his shirt. The neighboring king received the ambassadors and said, "Yes, indeed, I have everything anybody could possibly want. But at the same time, I worry because I'll have to die one day and leave it all. I can't sleep at night for worrying about that." The ambassadors thought it wiser to go home without this man's shirt. At his wits' end, the king went hunting. He fired at a hare but only wounded it, and the hare scampered away on 3 legs. The king pursued it, leaving the hunting party far behind him. Out in the open field, he heard a man singing a refrain. The king stopped in his tracks. Whoever sings like that is bound to be happy. The song led him into the vineyard, where he found a young man singing and pruning the vines. "Good day, Majesty," said the youth. "So early and already out in the country?" "Bless you! Would you like me to take you to the capital? You will be my friend." "Much obliged, Majesty, but I wouldn't even consider it. I wouldn't even change places with the Pope." "Why not? Such a fine young man like you." No, I tell you, I'm content with just what I have and want nothing more." "A happy man at last," thought the king. "Listen, young man, do me a favor." "With all my heart, Majesty, if I can." "Wait just a minute," said the king, who, unable to contain his joy any longer, ran to get his retinue. "Come with me. My son is saved. My son is saved." And he took them to the young man. "My dear lad," he began, "I'll give you whatever you want, but give me. "What, Majesty?" "My son is dying. Only you can save him. Come here." The king grabbed him and started unbuttoning the youth's jacket. All of a sudden he stopped, and his arms fell to his sides. The happy man wore no shirt.